your content is done enough, but never done, which means I'm always working on my slides for the next presentation. It's a living document, and hence that term, I'm just polishing the slides. I'm always sitting on the laptop, just flicking through them because it helps me learn the content. I'm going to present it better, but also it will help me evolve the content over time. Our technology changes, the audience changes. Sometimes you'll be giving a talk to a group of very new database people, sometimes to a very group of experienced database people. We don't have to rewrite our content every time, but we can simply constantly evolve it to make it better, that suits our way of delivering it, but also suits the audience it's intended for. In my folder of all presentations given, I'll have one, for example, called In Memory India, In Memory San Fran, In Memory Open World, In Memory Yatra Tour. They're all the same slide deck, but they've been subtly changed to suit the audience and also evolve over time, such that as I learn more about, say, In Memory, I can adjust the content. So your slides really should be a living document because it actually helps both you and the audience. When I say it is content for the audience, here's an example. If I'm doing a talk on, say, maps and spatial, it's really insulting to the audience to show them a picture of Perth, because here's the directions on how to get from Perth City to the Crown Casino. For the vast majority of people in the world attending a talk like this, they don't know where Perth is. They don't know its frame of reference to the casino. They don't know about why that might be a good drive or a bad drive. They don't know how far it is. There's no context to them. If I was giving the talk in San Francisco, I should, for example, have something like this. Here's how I get from Redwood Shores to Millbrae. But if I'm giving the talk in India, I should find some information about India. If I'm giving the talk in Europe, I should find some information about Europe. You should frame your content in respect to that of the audience, not in respect to myself. In fact, the only way I should probably use Perth ever in a talk might be for a humorous element which reflects the audience's potential view of, say, somewhere in Australia like Perth. There's the main street of Perth. I could make some joke about kangaroos and sharks and spiders and all the things that'll kill you. If I'm going to talk about my frame of reference, it has to be from the way the audience perceives my frame of reference, in this case, for example, Australia. An example is when I give my talk on optimizer stats. When I gave it in Australia, I used a Toyota Corolla. It's Australia's biggest selling car. People know about it. When I gave the talk in India, I used the Maruti Alto, biggest selling car in Bangalore. When I used the talk in UKOUG, Ford Focus, biggest selling car in Europe on the year I gave it. South America, biggest selling car, the Chevy Onyx. So the beauty of evolving your content is you don't have to rewrite your content. You just have to make subtle changes all the way through. And all of a sudden, it's another hook that keeps your audience engaged. I talk about a Chevy Onyx, and some members of the audience in South America are going, oh, he's actually done some research into where I live in the world. He's respecting my needs as the audience. Or it might be like, oh, I never knew that this car was the biggest selling car. Anything that evokes an emotion is a hook to your content. Hooks involve, build loyalty.